Watchers, South Beach, Atkins, Paleo, and more. Amy was constantly telling me how hungry she was using these popular diets, such as Weight Watchers, and some of these diets is that $1-a-year industry. Amy's body went into complete shock. Her body was clinging on to the few calories she was taking in and then converting them to fat because she was depriving herself of carbs, which is how your body refills and restores energy. No matter how many healthy vegetables she would eat, and no matter how much exercise she would do, she could not lose any weight because she was not receiving the necessary nutrients in her diet. It really made her upset thinking about all the money she burned straight from her savings account to fuel the scams of Weight Watchers, South Beach, Atkins, Paleo, and more. Amy was constantly telling me how hungry she was using these popular diets, such as Weight Watchers and South Beach, and it wasn't her fault. The problem with many of these diets is that people are left hungry, not to mention nutrient deprived. This has led to a rise in the number of appetite suppressants, some of which were banned for being dangerous and unfortunately, most of the time deadly. Right before going to bed, again, Amy was always hungry and could not stop the urge to eat. And to make matters worse, her doctor found many signs of heart disease in her recent blood work. Signs such as an LDL level, low-density lipoprotein of 210, which is called the bad cholesterol. Normal LDL should be around 130. Amy's was almost double. Too much of it in your blood causes the accumulation of fatty deposits, plaques, in your arteries, atherosclerosis, which reduces blood flow. These plaques sometimes rupture and lead to major heart and vascular problems. Also, the doc found that her triglycerides, which are another type of fat in the blood, were at an alarming rate of 280, which is also nearly double what the norm should be of 150. Amy was in tears when hearing all this news, especially since she wanted to get healthy again for her husband and kids after her recent stroke. Her son just sat there and kept hugging her and telling her everything will be okay. After all, Amy received a serious wake-up call in life. Within 24 hours of being released from the hospital, Amy's doctor was calling her again. He said, "Amy, if you don't lose at least 40 pounds within the next 10 weeks, I am not sure if your heart can withstand your body's current weight. You have neglected your health for so many years, which has caused your blood pressure to reach 150 over 100. Your BMI is well over 35, and your cholesterol levels are through the roof." From the years of eating the wrong foods and doing the wrong exercises, you know, the ones developed by the so-called health gurus, the fat and cholesterol buildup in Amy's body was off the charts. Atherosclerosis, hardening of the arteries, were also starting to set in. Amy was starting to give up on life because she hadn't lost more than 30 pounds in the last 5 years. She wondered how on earth she could lose 40 pounds in just 10 weeks to prevent another stroke from returning. This was a matter of life or death for Amy, and something had to be done. This story isn't being told just so you could feel sorry for Amy. I am sharing this with you today because everything happened to her so quickly, and she thought she was healthy, but just a few pounds overweight. She also thought it was just her age creeping up on her. You see, as you get older, you are more prone to obesity and metabolic syndrome. About 3/4 of adults aged 40 and older are overweight or obese. Obesity is related to type 2 diabetes, cardiovascular disease, breast and colon cancer, gallbladder disease, and high blood pressure. Unfortunately, we all age. We just need to know the best way to take care of our bodies. Over the next few weeks, Amy's health really started to deteriorate again. The doctor told her she should probably get her financial and legal arrangements in order and to prepare for the absolute worst. All Amy could think about is wanting to see her son and daughter grow up. The way things were going, it was looking pretty grim. Amy's son had a great outlook on life. He kept telling her, "Mom, I think God gave you a second chance in life after your recent stroke. Many people do not even live after what happened to you. God still has a purpose for you in life, and it's not your time to go. I have prayed every day for a miracle, and God told me last night in my dreams that he was going to find one for you." Amy's kids were her inspiration. She was clinging to life because of them. If it wasn't for this unpredicted, life-threatening event, she would have been dead. No joke. This change really created a whole new perspective. I still remember it like it was yesterday. I was the head trainer for lifeguards for my city, and one day while I was training my employees, things changed. You see, lifeguards perform a wide range of rescue work. Depending on the situation, they can save struggling swimmers using physical techniques they've learned or with the help of buoys or boards. They also might provide first aid and CPR in cases of heat stroke, cuts, fractures, and even heart attacks. A lifeguard's ability to perform his or her duties depends on their level of fitness. They need endurance and stamina for the running, rowing, and paddling duties that often come with the job. Lifeguards also need strength to push, pull, and carry equipment, or people in the water and on land. Exercises and training drills help lifeguards stay fit and ready to save lives. I'm ashamed to say at this time, I was failing miserably as a trainer because my lifeguards didn't have the proper training. My lifeguards would be so tired from sitting on their job 8+ hours a day that they would even fall asleep at their posts. Also, no matter what exercises I had them perform, they couldn't get to the proper body weight I needed them to be at. They couldn't lose an ounce of weight. I was telling them to drink more water, stop eating carbs, avoid fat, and control their portion sizes. Even with all the advice I was giving them, their energy levels were not increasing and their bodies were not changing at all. With a combined issue of sitting, fatigue, and eating the wrong things, I had to rethink the whole process of how to get my team fit and raise their stamina. Without stamina, they would gas out while trying to save people, and that can risk the lives of people on the beach. I later found out I was doing everything incorrectly for the past 5 years. One day, something unbelievable happened. Something I thought would never be possible would be shared with me that warm summer morning right after I got done training my lifeguards for the day. A medical student from California by the name of Rome, who was recently expelled out of a leading school of medicine because he refused to keep his mouth shut about a secret, undocumented medical breakthrough that he conducted a few weeks ago, could see the look of defeat and failure on my face. Rome overheard me training my lifeguards, and he knew something had to be done. He waited until everyone else was gone before approaching me. As I sat there with my head down, he came up to me and whispered in my ear, "Patricia, I can tell you are giving it your all and trying to help your lifeguards as best you can, but you're doing it all wrong. Your exercise drills are way too long, and by cutting out the carbs they should eat, their bodies will continue to store fat and fatigue will keep setting in unless you change your teaching methods drastically." I sat there completely confused. He then proceeded to give me the scientific method behind everything that completely shocked me. He said the reason why any man or woman who is not losing weight in their 30s, 40s, 50s, even 60s is because their bodies are experiencing an oxidant-antioxidant imbalance. I said, an oxidant-antioxidant what? He told me the main cause of your body storing fat and knocking your fat burning cycle out of line was due to having an oxidant-antioxidant imbalance, or in other words, not having enough antioxidants. And that no matter how hard you trained your lifeguards to swim, run, row, or even any type of exercise for that matter, they will never lose the proper amount of body weight, nor will they ever have enough energy due to their job properly unless you make changes. Now, even right before leaving college and receiving a very impressive award for a successful medical breakthrough that reverses obesity in adults and children of any age, I was still unconvinced that what he was telling me was true. He really broke it all down to me and made it easy for me to understand. This would change everything I learned in the past decade in the health world. He said, "Patricia, what I'm about to show you will give your lifeguards the lean, fit body you want them to have, along with the confidence and restored energy that goes with it. I'll also show you how to set up your eating habits to do 2 specific things. Get rid of toxins built up in your body and keep your blood sugar levels stable." That's right. When I show you how to eat more specific foods, and you can eat almost as much of them as you want, the antioxidants in these foods will help fight off harmful, damaging free radicals that cause your cells to hold onto toxins and fat. When you eat foods high in antioxidants, your cells begin to heal themselves, stop the aging process, and you have cellular removal of toxins and stored fat for quick and easy weight loss. After just one simple change, you'll look in the mirror a few weeks or even days later and notice you're now slim and slender. It's true. The first benefit of doing what I'll show you is you literally release toxins that have been trapped in your cells, holding unwanted fat inside. Studies show that the cause of your cells storing more fat is something known as free radicals. These are molecules that attack your body's cells. These free radicals are in the air we breathe and food we eat and can lead to all sorts of health problems. But thankfully, you can fight off the free radicals by eating foods full of antioxidants. You can eat these foods as much as you want. The combination of releasing toxins and destroying free radicals gives you the inner chemistry of someone 10 to 20 years younger. Once the toxins are removed, the stored fat goes right out with it. So you lose weight, look and feel thinner, have more energy. Not only that, you will also wipe 10 to 20 years off your face too. It's true, antioxidant-rich foods such as broccoli, kale, and spinach help protect you from these free radicals and can help remove toxins, lose fat, and turn back the clock so you look thinner, feel younger, and become the healthiest you've been in years. Because these foods are so low in calories and high in vitamins, you can literally eat as much as you want all day long and you won't gain weight. In fact, you'll lose weight eating more of them. If you do just this alone, you'll start to lose weight a lot faster and easier, and the vitamins and antioxidants will help you look and feel thinner and 10 to 20 years younger. But I'll show you how keeping your blood sugar levels stable by eating all the time helps fat release happen all day. See, anytime you eat processed foods or foods full of sugar, this causes your blood sugar to spike, signaling your body to release hormones that store fat instead of burning it. That's right, your body turns calories to fat instead of burning them for fuel. In response to this spike in your blood sugar, your pancreas increases production of insulin. The pancreas also produces a hormone called glucagon, the hormone responsible for releasing fat. When your pancreas suddenly has to release increased amounts of insulin to deal with the increased blood sugar, it backs off on production of glucagon. The result, fat loss, is stopped. Oh, but it gets worse. Your pancreas makes more insulin than you need. So about 30 minutes after the sugar spike, you end up with low blood sugar. In order to restore your blood sugar to normal, you get cravings for more sugar and junk foods. It's true, eating more of the right foods all day long can shut off the fat storing process so your body naturally starts to lose weight. When you keep blood sugar stable, you have no cravings and your body burns fat all day. These two tips combined give you slow, steady release of blood sugar, preventing sudden spikes. This helps burn fat all day long. Over time, this fat release can add up to 20, 30, or more pounds of weight loss. And more importantly, it gets rid of cravings for junk food. By keeping your blood sugar stable, you allow fat release to take place all day, and you get rid of hunger and cravings. Also, when you eat the right kinds of foods, like I'll show you, you eliminate harmful free radicals because of the antioxidants that fight them. Once they're eliminated, your cells release toxins, you release stored fat, and you'll look and feel 10 to 20 years younger. Many studies show